guys, it's Jason here again on Rediscover the 80s. Thanks so much for being a subscriber. Another fun review today. Can't wait to get to this one. I found these guys at a local Five Below store. And over the last, I don't know, I would say 4 months, I've been going back and watching old wrestling. I remember watching in the 80s, more of the mid-late 80s, WWF Superstars and all that on Saturdays and on the weekends, and got kind of into that, and then out probably in the high school years and back in when the Monday Night Wars hit in the late 90s, and been mainly going back and watching old WCW. There we go, there's the Wolfpack, NWO, that whole battle in the like 96 to 99. I went through all those old nitros, and now thanks to the House Show podcast, cheap plug for Kevin and Maddie and the Educator, are going back and watching all the old In Your House pay-per-views from the WWF side, and been in the Attitude Era more or less now over the last month or so, 2 months really, and so I'm back into wrestling and loving it, trying to find those old pay-per-views that I never watched before, mainly. And at the height of my wrestling fandom, I guess you'll say, in the later 80s, probably early 90s, was getting all of these muscle figures. And this is the lone muscle figure I have left from my childhood. He has survived. He's awesome and purple. And I love these figures. One of my friends had the wrestling ring where you put in the figure on each side. It was kind of like Rock'em Sock'em Robots, and you would until one of them fell out, and then you do the next one. They had a belt that you could put them in, like a championship belt. And the pink ones, though, you know, those were iconic when those came out. You could get a whole pack of those, and they started doing different colors and everything. And then now, over the last couple years, I believe it's Super7 has been doing these muscle figures based on other properties. Yes, it is Super7. And picked up these WWE or F, whichever you prefer, muscle figures. There's actually, I think, 12 in the whole series, 3 in a pack, and I've got all 4 packs for us to look at today. Very excited to compare to the old ones, see how they look like together. But yeah, today we're going to go and we're going to talk about some muscle figures and show off these bad boys. Alright guys, wow. I love to use the word glorious, and I can't think of a better one when I look at these muscle figures. Millions of unusual small creatures lurking everywhere. I can't remember what the original muscle line was. I don't think that was it, though. But just look at the card back. You get the classic, except for the F part, the WWE or WWF logo in the top left. You get a Randy Macho Man Savage diving off here. I mean, this is just basically a parody or a exact replica minus Savage. The logo and everything from the muscle figures back in the day. And then you get these 3 figures, that classic pink or flesh tone or whatever you want to call it, of each of the 3 figures inside. And then on the back, this is great. So you get they're mighty little creatures from all over, rough and rowdy renegades. They're flexible, durable, and unstoppable. They're muscle. And you get these, depending on the package, you get these little cartoons on the back. Mean Gene, look at our body. Cameraman, zoom. You said it, Iron Sheik. Let's get back to ringside. And here's all the legends you get. Andre the Giant, Hacksaw Jim Duggan, Iron Sheik, Jake the Snake Roberts, Junkyard Dog, Macho Man, Randy Savage, Mean Gene Okerlund, $1 Million Man, Ric Flair, which I thought was odd because he wasn't in WWF for very long that I remember. Roddy Piper, Sergeant Slaughter, and the Ultimate Warrior. You get this nice foil sticker here of the WWE logo. And of course, Mattel and Super7 is where you get these. So, like I've said before in these videos, I am not a box collector. Although, when it comes to stuff like these, I want to get the figures out without ruining the card. Because, I mean, this would be fun to get some pegs and to hang them up. So what I've done is just cut open the side a little bit. We're going to slide them out. So we can look at all of these figures individually. Like I said, I found these at Five Below. They did have a price tag that I managed to remove up here very carefully, but I just can't throw that away. I'm sorry. And the fact that you're going to get multiple cartoons on the back of each one. There's Andre and the Macho Man. Listen, Andre, expect the unexpected in the kingdom of madness. It's not my fault being the biggest and the strongest. And then on this one, Jake the Snake. Never trust the snake. And JYD. You want to mess with the Junkyard dog? You're going to bite the dust. And Sarge, you're going down, maggot. That's the order. Me and my 2x4 have something to say about that. Ho! So you're going to get that based on which package you get. So I'm going to slide all these out. And I want to look at these individually, because there's some great sculpts on here, in my opinion. Just looking through the glass, or looking through the window. They are rather large. I mean, they're getting stuck in here as I'm trying to get them out. And you see the one for Andre appears to be larger than the rest of them, which would be obviously accurate. So let's look at this first pack here. There's the Iron Sheik and Mean Gene and Flair. And you can see their personalities in each one. Iron Sheik, he doesn't have his boots, but he's got that number 1, pointed in the air. And just like, the old figures, they got the inscription of... These came out in... I was surprised. It was 2017 is when they were released. So I'm not sure how they made their way to Five Below. I guess they didn't sell very well or something, because Five Below is usually kind of the leftovers, like when you go to Ollie's or someplace. And including Mean Gene. I mean, how cool is that? So you can do your own little, interviews. All right, let's look at the next batch here. I dumped them all together, so I'm not sure which ones came with each one. There's Hacksaw. And we'll do Andre and Sarge. And look, Andre is definitely bigger. His head is huge. Sarge is looking stout. I like Sarge. Andre, come on, man. And then there's Hacksaw with his 2x4. You can hear him yelling, ho, or chanting USA. Look at the hands on Andre. Wow. All right, let's grab 3 more. Here's Rowdy and the $1 Million Man and the JYD Hot Rod. You can see that inscribed on his shirt. And his kilt, of course. JYD's got his chain going on. And the $1 Million Man, he's got some cash in his hand and the $1 Million belt draped over his side. I mean, come on. What more could you want? Look at that. That's great. And then the last 3. We got the Macho Man, the Warrior, Jake the Snake. Macho Man's got his glasses on. He's even got the belt. What I would assume would be the Intercontinental belt. Maybe at the time. There's the Warrior. He's got his tassels there off his arms. That huge mullet. And you can even see his face is painted. The scheme. And then Damien around Jake the Snake's neck there. Now let's look at the old figure here, so you get an idea. They are taller and a little bit more. Well, the mass is about the same. If you look at the chests there, legs are a little bit, maybe a little bit bulkier, but just the same amount of personality that you would want. And how cool is it that Andre is just huge, towers above them all. So great. Very, very glorious. And yeah, like I said, I don't typically keep boxes. I couldn't not keep these ones and have to peel them out. Just I don't plan on selling these or anything. Obviously, you keep in the box, you can probably get more if you plan to resell them at some point. But yeah, there's no way. These are so good. I wanted to say they were maybe $3 a piece at Five Below. Well worth it in my opinion. You know, about $1 a figure. The molds are just great, and the presentation sold it for me. So there you have it. Muscle WWF, classic WWF figures from Super 7. Muscle figures, WWF from Super 7 and Mattel. Man, these figures were so great. And like I said, I had to keep them in the box. I wanted to put them back inside just because they're going to look great hanging on a wall. You know, it's too bad we could make a whole little, you know, wall right there if we wanted to. But I'm outside on my porch, so I don't want to do that. But just such a nostalgic figure. Remembering those muscle figures and how we'd get tubs of them, and they were just easy play wherever you went, so portable. And putting them in the scale and using the classic WWF wrestlers, it was an instant buy for me. So hope you enjoyed this review, and I've got more coming. I've got a lot more reviews to come. Can't wait to get those to you. So make sure you are subscribed, getting those notifications here on YouTube. And until next time, this is Jason. Thanks for rediscovering the 80s.